Hello and welcome to Low-Tox cleaning, and what I've done is I've created a list of 7 Low-Tox cleaning recipe hacks. They're the most common ones that I've used throughout the years and the most requested as well. So they're really easy to make and you can do a lot of it with just a handful of oils and some stuff that's just in your cupboard. So they're relatively cheap to make, quick to make. I love DIY, but I don't like making things very complicated because I feel like a lot of people don't have time to do things like that anymore, and that's totally fine. So we want to make it easy, quick to make, and still really, really effective. So our first one of 7 is OnGuard Hand Sanitizer. So it's a gel hand sanitizer that I make. You can buy the OnGuard one in your doTERRA account when you're putting through your loyalty rewards order or your standard order. And I love that one. However, I love making this gel one because it's really hydrating and moisturizing for your hands. So over the past couple of years, obviously we've used a lot of hand sanitizer, and a lot of the time it can crack and dry out in between there. It's got lots of harsh kind of chemicals and stuff, and it can be really damaging to your skin, and obviously that's going into your bloodstream and stuff like that. So I always love using as natural as possible, obviously. So first of all, first tip, so grab roughly about a 15ml spray bottle. You can get these if you're in Perth or Australia. You can get them from Diffusional. You can jump onto their website and just buy a handful of them. I usually buy them in bulk. If you're in Ireland or the UK, you can get them from Essential Oil Supplies, and you can order the exact same similar bottles through there as well. You can get ones that are clear, different colours, brown bottles, blue bottles, whatever. So this is a 15ml glass spray bottle. I always recommend using glass as well, either glass or metal, because plastic tends to absorb some of the oils in there and it damages the plastic and it leaks into your into the bottle as well, and you're kind of spraying that on yourself and that. So glass or metal when you're using essential oils is just so much better for the oil. It protects it better. So what we're going to do is, I've already started to make a little bit of this, but there's still some left. It's my old bottle. So you just pop open the lid, just get some aloe vera gel. I always try to get the decent stuff from the health shop. Sometimes you can get a lot that isn't like sustainably sourced, or it's tested on animals and it's just really crappy. There's barely any like aloe vera in it. So I recommend just getting like a biogenic one, organic. Yeah, it's relatively cheap as well. It's not much extra, like it's, yeah. But anyway, we fill this up. So we pump all that in. I'll pause it for Shrek. Sorry, I just didn't want to waste your time trying to poke the stuff down. So you can just get like a little metal straw or like a skewer or something to kind of poke that down if it does get stuck. And fill it up as much as it'll go. And then you might need to poke it down again. And then we add our drops. So you can add, so grab your OnGuard and add about 15 to 20 drops. Now, pop this back on. Give it a really good shake. And literally that's it. You can pop your lid back on. This comes with a little plastic lid so it won't spill in your bag. And I'll show you what it looks like. So it comes out just a little gel spray. And you can just use it as you would normal hand sanitizer. And it smells amazing. And it's all natural and really hydrating as well for your skin. So next up we have floor cleaner. So I love OnGuard Cleaner Concentrate. It's absolutely amazing. You can use it on hardwood floors, you can use it on your bathroom, for your dishes. It's literally, you can make it into a multi-purpose spray cleaner. It's amazing. So it contains a 5ml bottle of OnGuard essential oil, and it's also got some other natural kind of bits and stuff in there as well. So it does that, have that, you'll see it now, like that foam it builds up that foam, so you can really get it like to scrub the floors, scrub counters, anything like that, and it's so multi-purpose. So I order one of these every month, and you only need a little spray of it. So when I'm cleaning my floors, I'll fill up boiling hot water, add a little squirt of this in, clean my floors as normal. If you want, you can add in some eucalyptus, so about 5 to 8 drops of that, and the same with peppermint. And the reason I add in those two is because it helps deter any insects. So insects hate eucalyptus, peppermint, and it helps deter them, like cockroaches, all that kind of stuff. So it's really good to kind of clean your floors with that, and then they won't want to come into your house. So that is how I clean my floors. And handiest tip ever, some people like to add in a little bit of vinegar if they're really, really dirty, but I tend to just go with that, and usually that's absolutely fine. We'll move on to the next hack. So next is cleaning your drains. So vinegar is so cheap, so cheap. You can get a big liter of this for like a couple of dollars. So get some white vinegar, just make sure it's white vinegar. Get some of that. Get some bicarb soda, which you can use. I recommend vinegar and bicarb soda for everything. It's so quick and easy to use. You can use it across so many things. I use it for like carpet deodorizer, scrubs, pet powder, like so many different things. So you can grab some bicarb, again it's really cheap as well. So what I tend to do is, if I have a blocked drain, and you'll know because they're gurgling the drains and stuff, I've stopped using chemicals and stuff for that like a while ago. But what I do is, I tend to pour a little bit of this just down the drain, add a few drops of lemon essential oil, and then pour about a cup or so of white vinegar, and it'll start to kind of bubble and gurgle. I would leave that for about 30 minutes, and then I'd come back, I'd have the kettle boiled, come back and gradually start to pour the hot water down there. So what happens is the infusion will start to bubble and stuff, and that'll kind of break down all the like bits of gunk or whatever, hair, whatever's gathered in there. It'll start to bring that all down the edges. When you're pouring hot water in there, it'll start to push it right through down the drain. If it's really blocked, obviously you can use a plunger to try and block that even further, and then keep on pouring the hot water down there, and you have a natural drain cleaner. So next, this is such a handy wee tip, and completely natural, again, like all of them, but insect and ant spray. So more so in summer, ants start to come in through little cracks and holes or whatever, and you don't want to obviously be spraying that fly spray and stuff, because it's going to be around food, it's around your kids or your pets, you're spraying it around the floors and stuff, and you're breathing that in, and it's causing damage and stuff. So this is a natural one. So I grab one of these bottles. You can just get one, like it can be a small bottle, it doesn't have to be these big huge ones. You can even grab a 15 or 30 ml. But yeah, you can grab one of these bottles, and what I tend to do is, insects, remember, they hate peppermint, so I'd add in about 10 to 15 drops of this, dependent. You might need a little bit more because this is like a 30 ml bottle, so maybe 20. If you're going a 30 ml glass bottle, I'd probably do less. So you can gauge that yourself. Once it smells quite strong, that's fine. I would then add in a spoonful of vodka or any kind of alcohol, just to absorb that oil and keep it from evaporating. And then I would top it up just to the rim of the bottle and give it a good shake and spray around anywhere where there's ants and stuff. And what that does, it repels them, and they won't come in and stuff. So spray it around all the cracks, anywhere where they're going to be. After you've cleaned the house, just spritz it around all the little cracks and grooves and stuff in your windows or in the corners of your cupboards or anything like that, and that'll help repel them. So next up is windows. So I clean my windows with the OnGuard cleaning concentrate and some hot water. I also use some eucalyptus in there as well for repelling insects or whatever. You can also use peppermint. Some people like to add in some vinegar then as well, just dependent. It's up to you whether you want to use it, but the OnGuard cleaner concentrate is just as good. But if you don't have this, you can always use your vinegar, eucalyptus and peppermint. And then I just wash my windows, soak them all up, and then squeegee them down and maybe just buffer them up with some with one of those microfiber cloths, and that's pretty much it. I do the same with mirrors as well. Glass shower doors would be the same, and I'll also fill you in on a little scrub at the end that I use across the kitchen and the bathroom and stuff like that as well. So carpet deodorizer. So I made this the other day. This is just the last of it. So I'll top this up a little bit more. So I just got one of these glass jars. I'm sure people have about 100 of them in their cupboards. I know I do, like. We always save them thinking, oh, I'll use that eventually, and sometimes we don't. But they come in handy for things like this. So grab one of these and grab your bicarb soda and fill up that. And then all we do is add in our oils. So I love to use Purify. I love Lemongrass. Citrus Bliss is a lovely one as well. Lemon Eucalyptus, or Lemon Eucalyptus, which is a lovely blend as well. But it's completely up to you, whatever smell you like. Use some of the more antibacterial kind of purifying oils, such as citruses, lemongrass, that kind of stuff, just so it does remove the odors. But lavender, another great one as well, because it's antibacterial. So you can add in, I tend to add in, depending on how much now. So I would have that much, I'd probably add in about 10 to 12 drops of essential oil. So let's go with Citrus Bliss, because I've been using a lot of lemongrass lately. So we'll just use and then literally it's so easy. Give it a good shake. So then we just scatter this around the carpets. You don't need a huge amount. Leave it sit for a while. You can be going cleaning around or whatever. And then once that's sat for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes roughly, you can vacuum it and it'll help deodorize your carpets and the house will be smelling amazing. So that's the deodorizer tip. Just 2 ingredients, or if you want to use some, if you have a lovely blend that you love, you want to use a mixture of maybe some lemon and some eucalyptus, or you love OnGuard and a little bit of clove or something like that, you can add that in. So just use your antibacterial oils. I'll leave a little list on this afterwards so you can get some ideas from that as well. And lastly, our 7th cleaning hack is our bathroom and kitchen scrub. So this is so easy and so cheap to make. Plus, you can change it and swap it and change it. So I usually have one for the kitchen and then I have one for the bathroom. So in the bathroom, I like to use oils such as like OnGuard, Clove, Eucalyptus, that kind of thing, and like some tea tree as well, because it's really good for like removing like mold in those kind of damper areas. Whereas the kitchen, I love to use oils such as lemon, Citrus Bliss, maybe some OnGuard as well, but I like to use more like fresher kind of oils. So it's completely up to you. Some people love using the clove and stuff in the kitchen, so it's completely up to you what kind of oils you prefer to use. But yeah, this is how I make it. So I will have one of these little mason jars. So I think Georgina gave me these actually, and I think she got them in Ikea. But you can go and get them in like the reject shop. They're so cheap, you can get a big thing of them. Or if you're in Ireland or the UK, you can grab them from one of those, just, you know, the shops that like have everything. But yeah, Ikea does them as well. So even if you're in Ireland and that, you can get them in Ikea. So anyway, it shuts and it's so handy. You can just pop it under the sink. Yeah, and even you can reuse them over and over again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this. Let me go grab a spoon, 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. So I just grabbed a spoon and then I've just put a tiniest little bit of water in there. And then, this is the most complicated recipe, but it's not really complicated. I've got some bicarb soda and I'm gonna pour that in there. Okay. Going to put about that much, and then grab my OnGuard cleaner concentrate, and then I'm just gonna do a big squeeze in, and then I'm gonna stir it. You might need a little bit more water, but you want it to form this kind of thick paste. So I'll just show you there what it kind of looks like. It's that thick, but it's still kind of wet paste. And I'm going to create one for the bathroom because I've run out of one for the bathroom. So I'm going to use oils such as Clove. What else will I use? I might use a little bit of Eucalyptus. So I'm going to grab some Clove. I'm going to add about 10 drops of Clove in here, because it's really good for removing and preventing mold. It's really good for your lungs as well, highly antibacterial, great immune boost support. I just lost count of oils there. And then I'm going to use 6-7 drops of eucalyptus. Now if this does get too wet, like it's kind of getting, just add in some more bicarb soda until it's in that paste state again. Now, and we're just going to give it another stir. And as you can see, with a lot of these recipes, you can make them in a couple of minutes. They're so quick, so fast to use, and you know that you're not putting any chemicals and stuff into your home, and your kids and pets aren't like kind of crawling around on the floor around them and breathing them in either. Okay, so that's what it kind of looks like at the end, finished product. Yeah, and that's it. And then you can just get, so what I do is just scoop a little bit with a cloth, scrub it around. It'll clean counters and like sinks, you know, like getting off all those like coffee stains or food stains, that kind of thing. And if you're using it in the shower, you can scrub around all the grout, get one of those brushes, scrub it all off. Really good for sinks, surfaces, anything like that. It tends to lift up all those different stains and stubborn kind of grime and like, yeah, grime and scum and that kind of like marks and stuff. But yeah, that's it. And then I just tend to put a little label on it just so I know what it is. And then I just pop it under the bathroom sink or in the kitchen or whatever, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and it was nice and quick. I didn't want to keep these too long, but yeah, let me know if you have any questions below. And yes, those are the 7 hacks. Yeah, I'll leave a list of some great oils to use as well in the comments, so you have some ideas on what kind of smells you want or what kind of benefits you want and stuff like that. So thank you for watching, and I'll chat to you next week.